Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, home to the North Carolina State Wolfpack, and the fans here on this leg of Tobacco Road have been getting ready since early this morning. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Buckeyes will kick it off to get us underway. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. That's caught. It's ball. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Trying to beat him to the left. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
This play works for one reason. You toss the ball quickly to the left, receivers have to block. Once that running back gets on the perimeter, you're going nowhere if those receivers aren't committed to getting on those DBs, locking on them, running their feet. That's not their first priority. I know they're going to catch the ball more than they're going to block. Nice job blocking on that toss.
Oh, he wants it all. And the ball is intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
Here's the handoff. And the ball slipped out. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way.
This offense is continuing to try to stay balanced and hand him the football and show confidence. He put the ball on the deck last week. They still rewarded him, still giving him the football. But, man, you cannot continue to put the ball on the ground and expect to continue to get carries.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. They're going to ride this running back. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive. This guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack, and their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, well, I have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, go do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC. So this one will be interesting.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about that? You don't see those know, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
They want to run this quarterback. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. A run for the quarterback. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. The pull and throw off the RPO. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Let's see what they do on 2nd. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's ball. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
He's looking to throw it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
No gain on 1st down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. Back to the air one more time. Still on his feet. Fires on the move. Ball lofted. That's up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Quick completion on the out route. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Really nice throw there to get the 1st down. And, you know, when you think about Ohio State quarterback play, especially here recently, it all comes down to efficiency. You have to make good decisions. You got to read the defense. You got to be accurate. When you think of guys like Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, guys who went in the 1st round, that's what they did. And this guy right here, I think he has the ability to be a 1st rounder in the future.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes the connection. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And the Buckeyes are marching down the field. Comes out throwing on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield.
Gain of 21 on the play. And first down for the offense.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Red pass, it's complete. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against it.
Racing down the left side. Running inside the 20. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to put how to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Let's see what the offense dials up on third and goal. Trying to slam in. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ohio State 14, NC State 0.
This seems to be a chip shot field goal attempt and a routine 3 points, but they will go for it on fourth down. Looking to throw. Coming after. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. He's loose down the middle. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Buckeyes. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
They'll throw it on first down. Firing to the right, complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. Now, I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back, because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
On second down, just keeps firing. Pressure coming. He makes a catch. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Feeling some heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete. That incompletion leads to second down and 10. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. And he got a hand in there and knocks it away, incomplete. I think the quarterback's got to do a better job with his eyes, guys. He's already been picked off twice in this game, and that one got swatted away. He's telegraphing where he's throwing the football, and it's making life really hard on him. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Fantastic job there buying time and then using his speed to go get a huge chunk play. You saw on defense a lot of people in the back end with their heads turned around chasing receivers. It's dangerous. You want to play man coverage. You don't want to keep your eyes on the quarterback. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, North Carolina State. Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleep.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Great play by the defensive back, showing you his variety of skills. His ability to turn the hips, his speed running downfield, turning his head to locate the football and then swatting it away. You just can't do it better. At the 35, he's loose. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. Quarterback keeps it. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On second down, looking again to throw. Fires to the middle. Working that left side. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State, Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying. My, how times have changed. Now it is pass, pass, pass. Find explosive playmakers like this on the outside. Get them the football.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Off play action. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion. And the Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Deep in his own territory as he reels in that punt. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got the score. You got the stop. This offense, Jesse, has a chance now to make this an absolute barn burner of a ball game.
Yeah, it's one play at a time, though, right? You're not going to get it all back in one play. Just go out, do your job, execute, keep this thing going down the field. And if things go well, like David said, we've got a game.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback. This dude is having a day, and with that one, he's halfway to Chase Young's 4-sack single-game record.
Go get it, young fella. Just quickness, speed off the edge, getting to the quarterback. You got to be relentless when you're chasing the quarterback. And Chase Young's record, if you can go get that, you go get that big fella, that superstar, woof, that would be a fun day.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. He's got it. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
Why don't they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute, throwing and running the football.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop down right now before the half? They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run.
Fires the pass, intercepted.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, heading to the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Slips a tackle. At the 35, he's open. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Finds a crease at the 20. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
On second down, will they go back to the ground game? They move the tight end all over. Quarterback on the keeper. The Buckeyes have a first down.
Quarterbacks like this are what makes college football so special today. It seems like we see these unbelievably athletic quarterbacks all across the country, week in and week out, making plays like this. Guys that are true dual threats, that can hurt you not only throwing it, but can hurt you running it as well.
They'll throw it on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I've got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes or goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. It is good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. Fair catch called for and made. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. He'll ride his man on the option. Hard running there. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. This is a designed run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB design run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. He was dreaming of getting a few more on that return, but they'll take it in business at the 32.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. They'll run the screen. At the 20, he's got space. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
And the offensive line and the quarterback has to do their job on screens. They got to sell, pass down the field, pass down the field. Offensive line releases. Quarterback now snaps his eyes to the running back. The running back does the rest with the big boys out in front, creating a pass.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. 2nd and goal for this offense. The give to the back. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Trying to pound it in. He was fighting and driving and pushing, but he is stopped short of the end zone on 4th and goal. He'll put it down at the 2.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Looking for room. It's Claiborne. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Gets him away from trouble. That's a pickup of 6. Mark it at the 10. They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They'll try to run for it. Finds a crease at the 20. Speeding down the left side. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And you want to put a winning streak together like this team has? Run the football and create explosive plays. Nice job by the offense, showing the speed. How about the blocking up front? Everybody blocking, getting a hat on a hat, creating the explosive run.
Leaves it with the running back. Shakes off the tackler. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. The offense set for a first down play. It's a reverse. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
I love the timing on the jet sweep there. The quarterback snapped it at the perfect moment. You can give it right away to the receiver to get outside, get around the defensive end, and start getting upfield.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Takes the easy completion. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's Morton. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offensive success on third down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
Snagged on the outside. It's Walters. Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll put the tight end in motion. They keep attacking through the air. Unloads to the right. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Now adjusting. He'll pull it down and run. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17.
That makes the score Ohio State 31.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Number 10, set to advance on the football.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
Well, I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Dialing up a second down pass play. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. Looking for more room. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Buckeyes. What a play by this defense with a pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Trying to get to him. And the pass falls incomplete, and we have played 3 quarters.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. The score, Ohio State 38, NC State 14.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Coming after him. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Third down coming up.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Pressure coming. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here. And the ball is free on the pitch. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left.
He does a really good job here. You want to get a huge play. You've got to push the ball down the field. You need a bunch of yards. But wait a minute. Now he can just tuck in, scramble, go get you a bunch of yards. Now put you in a great 3rd down situation. Real heads-up play by the quarterback.
Keeps it on the bootleg. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. And the Buckeyes send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah.
He's got it down the left side. Got a lot of running room. The 10. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. They'll line up to go for 2. They want to throw it. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
38, NC State 20.
On the move from inside his 5. And he loses the football. Kicking team's got it.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get pumped. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job of ball security.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense heading to the field. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it's his 4th interception of the night.
By Ohio State. And they'll take over 1st and 10.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. A designed run for the quarterback. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for it all. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
What a great job by the defense, forcing a 3-and-out. Beautiful job in coverage there. This is going to set up a punt and get them the football back in great field position.
He gets it away from his own end zone. Takes it on the return. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Bringing it back. The 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about that D coming up with a play like that? They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
He'll call for the fair catch here. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3-and-out and give the ball right back.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Unloads it left. Got it past the marker. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1. 3rd down coming up.
Quarterback will audible. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.